Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about swim baits. Now we're going to talk about something that isn't talked about a lot. You ever fish a swim bait and get those, I'll call them bump bites? Sometimes fish are aggressive, running into it. Sometimes they're just nipping at the tail and stuff like that. And some days it seems like it goes on forever and you get a lot more bumps than you actually do bites. So what can we do to convert more of these? Well, we're going to talk about putting a stinger hook on your swim baits. Now it doesn't matter if it's a swim bait that's on a swim jig that the weed guard's been taken out of, okay? It could be regular Tech. I've rigged on a ball jig. I don't know if I got that completely straight, but it's pretty straight. It's better. Or it can be a Magdraft. Who hasn't missed a fish on a Magdraft? I mean, when they eat it, they really eat it, but a lot of times they just come out and bang it. We're going to talk about converting more hookups on it. So what we're going to do is simple. We're going to put a stinger hook, okay, onto your swim bait. But we're going to do it in a very specific way. We're going to take a treble hook. Okay, it is a really small one, and it's going to go on a smaller swim bait. Now the way it's attached is like this. We've got a split ring and a swivel. Okay? So far so good. It's really simple. We're going to take your swim bait. I'm going to take the swivel. Oh, my eyes are bad, aren't they? Here we go. Okay. Got it on there. I'm going to take a piece of surgical tubing, little tiny surgical tubing, because we want this to swing free after you hook the fish. We're going to put it over the point. So again, it'll swing free. And all we're going to do is we're going to take one barb of the treble. I'm going to stretch it just a hair and push it into the swim bait. Now, when you get a bite, it's further back, or a bump, or whatever we're going to call it, and I can even get it a little further than I did. Get it back that far. Okay. That, you want it straight in the middle of the belly. Again, my old eyes. That's better. That's all there is to it. You will hook and land a lot more fish. Same principle with the swim jig. Now, what about this Magdraft? Well, here's the cool thing about the Magdraft. It's got a big hook. So we can use a much bigger treble hook, like about, I don't know, let's say a size 4. Almost as big as the Magdraft hook. And we're going to take that and we're going to put it over one of the barbs. And again, we'll put the tubing over it. And then we just insert it into the belly of the Magdraft. And look at that hook all the way back there. Now you want it to be straight, so we're going to have to mess around with it just a little bit like I just did. Okay? And that is a way to have 2 sets of hooks in a Magdraft. Hey, I'm Steve, and I'll bet you catch more fish.